How's it going? I'm William Gray. I live in the United States, 43 years old, and I'd like to give you my experiences with the Mordinson agency. So after 12 years of a marriage, I found myself divorced. I dated quite a few ladies in the United States over the course of 3 years and realized to myself that I wanted to get married again. I was tired of playing the field, and I had put a lot of work into improving myself, understanding relationships better, improving my career, improving myself physically, and at the point I was at, I felt that while I'm still relatively young, I've also had a lot to offer, and I was looking for a lady who could equal me in those characteristics. So I searched around a lot. I found several illegitimate sites that offered dating in Eastern Europe before I found the Mordinson agency. Having some experience in IT security, I could tell that their interests were much more sincere. The photography is professionally done. I especially appreciated the video profiles that each of the ladies did. And when I signed up with Michael, I started offering my own video messages to the ladies, which they all appreciated. They could see much better how I looked. Let me tell you my experience. I started corresponding with quite a few ladies over the course of a couple of months. Some were very interested, some weren't. They're all real human beings just like you and me, and what appeals to me as a man may not appeal to you. But one thing that I think we can all appreciate is that the ladies in Kharkov that are featured on the website are all very attractive, and I'm sure you'll find one that interests you that way. In my experience, after corresponding with many ladies, I narrowed a list down to 9 that I would have liked to see, and I passed that list on to Michael, and I made the leap of faith and arranged a trip to Kharkov to date those ladies over the course of a week. It was a whirlwind trip, dating 9 ladies in 6 days, and by the end of the trip, as advised, I kind of cleared my schedule towards 2 of them that I was really interested in. Was easily able to narrow it down to one very special lady, Natalie, who is the light of my life now. After I had to leave to go back to work, we planned another trip to Europe, and I recently returned from that, spending 9 days with her again. It was wonderful. We visited in France and just had the most amazing time. So let me assure you that the services that the Mordinson agency provides are legitimate. Michael Mordinson is an extremely honorable person. He's straightforward and giving of his time. And my interactions with him, both online and in person, were as legitimate as you may see in interviews that he does in videos. He is straightforward and will not give an overly favorable or negative impression. He's very discreet, and all the ladies were pretty much turned out how I expected them to look. There were no surprises there. One thing I would advise, though, is you may have someone who corresponds with you really well online, and it turns out in person that maybe you and their personalities don't match as well as you might imagine. There might be somebody who's not as good at writing emails as they are talking, and that was my experience. So if you have good interactions with the ladies that you meet on the site, don't rule out anyone too prematurely. You might just be pleasantly surprised when you meet them in person. So I wish you the best on your journey. I'm absolutely ecstatic at the results that I got from the Mordinson agency, and I can tell you that completely honestly. I felt like I was at a turning point in my life this year, and if you put the effort into finding your soulmate, you will find them. I think that in the West, perhaps the dating market favors women, and in the Eastern Europe, it tends to favor the men. So both sides may have gotten spoiled a little bit. So you can find a happy medium by crossing that border, and there are plenty of women who are just as excited to meet you as you are to meet them. I wish you the best in finding the right person for you, and feel free to contact me by email. I'd be happy to correspond with anybody who's interested in more information about the agency. Good luck.